What's up, guys? So thank you for joining me on another episode of the platform. So I have a ton of deadlift footage for you guys. I had a total of 8 sets of 3 on this day, and they were all in between 385 and 405. I just kind of worked my way up as I felt good. If a weight felt fast, I went up 5 pounds. If it didn't feel fast, I stayed with it. So I put in all of my sets, maybe 7 of them, in here to kind of show you guys how my form, I believe, actually got better throughout this workout. So the first 2 sets, that was the second set right there, didn't feel great. I felt like my hips were rising a little bit too fast. My just kind of flow was a little bit off. But this set and kind of from on, so third set to 8, felt really good, and especially set 7 and 8. So that just kind of shows you guys that I don't know, sometimes we're a little bit under warmed up. And, a high volume session like this, 8 sets of 3, may look a little bit daunting on paper, but when you're in the moment, you kind of just get into a flow. I was a little bit off there with my timing, but when you get in the moment, you kind of just find a flow when you can hit, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets in a row, and progressively you can get a little bit better and a little bit less fatigued. So don't be intimidated by, high volumes. So if you see this set right here, that first rep, super fast, and I had like my 12th or 13th deadlift of the day. So don't be afraid of high volume. You guys can do it. I can do it. It's hard to think about shit to talk about over 18 or 24, something like that, reps of deadlifts. But overall, felt pretty good. My approach for the first 4 weeks of my 16-week prep for deadlifts is to keep the volume pretty high, but the intensity pretty low. So all this work was at 80%, around 80% of my 1 rep max, and I did a total of 24 reps. And then next week I will drop the reps a little bit, so I'll only do 6 sets of 3, but I will bump it up to about 85%, so probably about 20 or 30 pounds on the bar. But again, I'm trying to work on my technique, build some volume, build some good practice, and then my next block I'll crank up the intensity a little bit. Then I have a little cameo of front squat. So I think I mentioned this, that I will be front squatting. This is kind of a recovery-ish day, and just working on my upper back and just core stability in between my 2 squat days. So I squatted on Monday, and then I front squatted on Wednesday, and then back squatted again on Friday. So again, I've introduced a lot of people when they're squatting 3 times a week to try that idea out, because I feel like it helps mitigate some volume. And most people who squat low bar can benefit from becoming a good high bar or a good front squatter. Then I have a short little bench press video since I do some of that. This is actually a PR 245 for 6, which was a 1 rep PR for me. My best was 245 for 5. Super happy about that. Pause on the first rep was a little bit shaky, but I'll take a bench press PR any way I can get it. It's been feeling really good, and I really expect it to come up as well as my weight increases. I'm still sitting about 173, 174 at the moment. Here's my top set of my second squat day. So again, the first squat day was just very high volume, like 350 for like sets of 5, I think, like 7 sets of 5. This was actually supposed to be a top set of 7, but you'll see I missed my last rep. Man, I felt really, really good. Looking back on this, the 6th rep was a little bit shaky, but man, it was just a good flow this day. My knees were feeling pretty good. I've been dealing with some tendonitis, and I wasn't having too many issues here. But man, I just got way just pitched forward a little bit. So that's the 6th rep right there. And I had no chance out of the whole of this one. I just felt really off. My stretch reflex was just bad. But I was laughing afterwards because I knew I had it. Here's a little cameo by my client, Joey Lombardi. So a little plug for him to follow him on Instagram, because he's shirtless and he's team tatted. I have to get him some brownie points there. You got a lot of color going on. They kind of wrapping some stuff up. This was right after those squats. So again, I squatted that 395 for 6, and then couple of sets of 7 at 365. Then I just moved off some deficit deadlifts. I had a total of 4 sets of 2 on this day. My friend Chong just kind of photobombing me there. We have a great little training atmosphere. So I'm doing these deficits, beltless too, to kind of control my total volume, and then doing the deficit as well will control my total volume. And I'll be then moving on to the ground, adding a belt during my second phase of this prep. Well, thank you guys for watching. Have any questions, comments, let me know. Subscribe, like. I got a little vlog part thing coming up too, so stick around and hear my voice and some childish Gambino. There's the final product with that cheese there. It hasn't melted yet, so it doesn't look too appealing, but yeah. Also, you guys gotta check out this newest Childish Gambino sober video. If you're a Childish Gambino fan, if you're a fan of rap or hip hop, this is a really dope video. It's kind of strange if you don't. He's a weird dude. Very weird dude, but check it out. It's super cool. One of the things I noticed, I'll kind of fast forward this here. If you can tell, right there. So that clock is at 9:30 the whole time. And if you watch the beginning of the video, he's just like sitting there staring at this girl right here. He's just sitting there staring at her. And one of the hypotheses is that he's just kind of imagining this whole thing in his head. You listen to the lyrics, it kind of makes sense. And also, like, someone commented that her number on her jersey was 93 too, and the clock time, the whole video is 9 minutes and 30 seconds. So pretty cool video. Again, I'm a big Childish Gambino fan. Not just his music, but also like his comedy, his acting. He's a very creative guy, and yeah, check out the video, guys.